time to join the American Family Robinson again. Right now, Luke and our favorite family are meeting up with some unsung heroes of the defense program in person as Luke and Myra, Pudgy, and the inevitable Windy Bill embark on their adventurous trip across the country to the West Coast and Hollywood, where Myra hopes to recoup the family fortunes, now at the lowest ebb in history, by changing her status as the no woman of Hollywood to a yes woman who will be persuaded to accept a contract as an actress. Luke's newspaper blood has sent him on several side trails already in searching out the biggest story in history to see for himself how a great democracy has rolled up its sleeves and gone to work for defense. Right this minute, however, Luke is in a tourist camp somewhere in America, apparently trying to do a little light housekeeping with the doubtful assistance of Pudgy and Windy. Myra is conspicuous by her absence. Let's listen.
Confound it, there's something wrong with this stove. I can't make it light.
You just don't know how, Lukey, old boy. Here, let me at it.
Ouch! Careful, Windy. Careful of the child.
Oh, blazes. Pudgy Robinson, take that toy train and go. Go elsewhere with it.
No, Uncle Wendy, that's the track. I gotta have a track, and
No, never mind, Windy. I'd rather you didn't fool with this anyway. You blow us all to kingdom come.
What are we to do? Starve to death?
No, I'll light this thing. I was brought up with a kerosene stove, wasn't I?
You may have been exposed to one, but it didn't take, apparently. Here, now, let's see.
Get your face out of my way. There's no encouragement to me. It's a different model, that's all. The trick is to get the wick thoroughly saturated. Like that, yeah. And then light it.
Look out! Look out, the fire! Oh, I'm burnt! I'll sue!
Well, I did rather overdo the saturation, but it's lit. Oh, stop bellowing, Windy. You're not hurt.
Let me see, Uncle Wendy. Let me see where you're burnt. I want to be the ambulance. Here I come. Ding, 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 ding.
Oh, quiet. Look quick. My face, is it ruined?
No, slightly blackened by the smoke, but on the whole, it's an improvement.
Why did Myra have to desert us at a time like this?
Well, I don't know. Now, where are the weenies? I'll have them going in no time.
Here you are, but have you ever cooked a weenie?
No, but I've cooked an egg, boiled it.
It's not the same. Not at all the same. Pudgy, go outside and see if you can see your grandmother.
I did, Uncle Wendy, lots of times. I don't want to anymore.
It's an outrage, Lukey. It was her idea to bring along pots and pans and do light housekeeping along the way. And then she goes AWOL just before dinner. Where's she gone? She can't do this to us.
Well, she has done it, Windy. I've told you all I know. She went down to the village to the drugstore to get a quarter's worth of citronella. I haven't seen her since.
But that was 3 hours ago.
Yeah, I know. I can tell time, too. There. Now it's beginning. They're cooking. We'll be all fixed up in no time. Pudgy, you go get some plates. Windy, find that bread you got with you.
Maybe we ought to wait for a while till Myra gets back. I didn't come on this trip to be a guinea pig for your experimental cooking.
Well, we can't wait. It's time for Pudgy's supper, and he's going to have it. Myra or no Myra. There's nothing so bad for a child as meals at all hours. Schedule, routine, that's the thing. He's supposed to eat at 6, and it's 6:02 already.
Waiting won't hurt him, but this supper might.
Well, maybe you got a point there about Pudgy. Of course, he's only 5, and weenies is... Well, I'm not so sure about weenies.
I'm sure, Grandpa. I want weenies with mustard. Please, can't I have some, Grandpa?
Mustard? Windy, you didn't get any mustard.
Mustard? Well, confound it, we'll eat them without mustard. It's taken 3 trips to the store to get this much together, and I won't go again. My bunions know when they've had enough.
Oh, dear.
What's the matter, Lukey?
The weenies, they seem to be sticking.
Oh, sticking? They're burning on that side. Turn them over.
Well, they won't turn. Oh, I know. Grease. Yeah. I forgot to put grease in the pan. Bacon drippings. That's the thing. Have you got any bacon drippings, Wendy?
What do you think? I carry 'em around in my pocket, in my hat band, maybe? No, I haven't got any bacon drippings.
Well, butter'd be all right.
I haven't got any butter. I forgot.
Well, there you are. There you are. Now, what can I do? My hands are tied. I get no cooperation.
All right. I'll go to the store again and get butter.
Yes, and mustard.
And if I have any sense, I'll stop at the nearest diner and get dinner.
Grandpa, is Uncle Wendy mad?
Oh, I don't know and I don't care. Now, what do I do with these things? If I leave them on the fire, they'll be incinerated. Better take them off. They'll get cold and I'll have to start all over.
I wish Grandma was home, don't you, Grandpa?
No, sir. By George Pudgy, we'll get along without Grandma. That's one thing you've got to learn, son. You've got to be independent, especially independent of women. Don't ever let them think you have to depend on them. It's fatal. Once let them get the idea that they're essential to your welfare, and they've got you roped and tied and branded. You got to show them, Pudgy.
Uh-huh.
You got to show them you don't care whether they stay home and perform their rightful duty or go gadding about. You got to show them. So.
Oh, that's Grandma. Are you going to show her?
Myra.
Oh, hello, Pudgy.
Hello.
Oh, Luke, dear, I'm sorry I'm late.
Oh, well, thanks goodness you come in time. In heaven's name, Myra, what do you do about weenies?
Why, nothing at this hour. Why should you?
At this hour? Do you realize it's now 6:15 and Pudgy's schedule...
That's mountain time, and Pudgy's schedule is on Central Time.
Oh.
It's only 5:15 by Pudgy's schedule. You're an hour early.
Oh, then it's all for nothing.
You should have known better. Oh, but listen, Luke, I found one.
What?
That's what took me so long.
One what? A dinner, I hope.
Oh, no, a hero. I mean a heroine. An unsung heroine of defense. Aren't you pleased?
Well, of course. Having been an unsung hero of the kitchen stove for some time, we ought to get together. Where is she? Who is she?
She's a Miss Tippett, Evangeline Tippett, and I brought her along. I knew you'd want to meet her.
Is she going to eat my weenie? I want my weenie.
Run along and play with your trains, Pudgy, over in the corner, dear.
Well, if she eats my hot dog, I won't let her play with my train.
Well, I better get rid of this mess if we've got company.
No, that's all right, Luke. She's just folks.
Yeah.
Miss Tippett, come in, dear. I want you to meet my husband.
Well, I don't want to intrude.
Oh, no, not at all, Miss Tippett. Come on in. You're just in time for weenies. Burnt weenies without butter or mustard.
This is Luke, Miss Tippett, and isn't he clever? He's gotten supper for us.
Oh, I wouldn't dream of imposing, but, oh, dear, I do love hot dogs.
Well, then, sit right down by all means. We better hurry, Myra, before Wendy comes back.
You can't have my hot dog.
Oh, the little darling. Who is he?
My grandson, Pudgy. Darling, you shouldn't eat hot dogs. They're not good for little
Well,
boys.
I sort of promised him, Myra.
Oh, dear.
You gotta keep promises or you're bad.
Isn't he sweet?
Well, all right, Pudgy. I only hope it's all right. Come here and sit by Grandma.
All right.
Miss Tippett, can you squeeze in the corner there? And Luke, here.
It's like a picnic. So glad you came into the drugstore, Mrs. Robinson.
I met Miss Tippett in the drugstore, Luke. She was buying citronella, too.
Oh, Myra tells me that you have quite an interesting story, Miss Tippett. In fact, she described you as a heroine of defense or something of that sort. Bread? If you use lots of bread, it conceals the taste of the weenies. Now, I'd like to hear more. I confess I can't guess.
Thanks. Oh, it really isn't anything, Mr. Robinson. I've just found, like a lot of other American women, that I can do something to help make this country secure. Not very much, maybe.
Well, I'd say it was quite a lot. You see, Luke, they have a company here that makes parachutes. And they found out that women who were good at sewing could do certain parts of the work very well.
And I was a seamstress, so I thought maybe I could help. I've been doing this work for some time now.
Evangeline's so good at it that she's been promoted. Now she's training others for this work. It's very delicate work, too. Everything depends on its being perfect.
Well, say, that is interesting. I've been reading something about women who've been helping in defense. Myra has, too. That's why she's so interested. But you're the first one I've had a chance to talk to.
Well, Mr. Robinson, I'm sure there are lots of American women who are anxious to help in any way they can to make sure that this country has the strongest possible defense.
Well, there certainly seems to be. I don't know whether you realize, for instance, that one of the most distinguished scientists in the country is a woman working in the laboratory of an electrical company. and that now she's working full-time for defense. She's the inventor of invisible glass. You've probably seen it in the store windows.
A fine scientific mind like that can make a real contribution to defense.
Yes. She's already patented a process for treating metal surfaces with oil so that they won't get wet. Another woman's a draftsman in another big electrical company. Has helped to design turbines and power plants for our naval vessels.
And didn't you say that another woman scientist is one of the world's greatest authorities on the structure of aluminum, which is so important in airplane engines?
That's right, Myron.
Of course, it isn't just women scientists who are helping out in defense.
Oh, naturally not. Your own example proves that. Women are fitting in for all kinds of defense activity that requires especially delicate work. Sewing for parachutes and dirigibles, assembling tiny motors, doing all kinds of skilled assembly work with small parts.
And final inspection of defense equipment. The keen eyes that can locate a speck of dirt in the corner of the room are good at finding flaws, too.
Yeah, right again. There's certainly no doubt, Miss Tippett, that you and a lot of other women in this country are making a real contribution. A contribution that's enormously important at a time when special aptitudes and special skills are probably in more immediate need than ever before in this country's history.
We probably think more of that part of it than any other, Mr. Robinson, because all of us know that it's American industry that's being called upon to turn out the weapons that make our freedom strong. But I think there's one other point we shouldn't forget.
What's that, Evangeline?
Why, that all American women today will be playing their part in the defense effort in their various ways. We'll all be backing up industry in its work, even though we may not be at work. We'll all be making sacrifices to make sure that our American liberties aren't lost.
Well, I guess we all want to feel that we're part of the tremendous movement to keep our free institutions free. And I feel mighty sure that we're all of us, American men and women alike, intelligent and enterprising enough to see that those institutions shall survive.
Well, we can be sure that all Americans will serve in the way they can serve best.
As far as the women of this town are concerned, you can bet that's the case.
That's an uplifting thought, Miss Tippett. I only wish that our bill of fare could be worthy of our guest. I feel something more heroic than hot dogs is called for.
Oh, but it was delicious, Mr. Robinson. Simply delicious. I like them well done.
Yeah. Well, that's very handsome of you.
Pudgy, what is it? What's the matter?
I don't know, Grandma. I don't feel good.
Oh, there's the weenies. Look there. He's eaten 3.
Oh, well, I think it might be only the hiccups, don't you? Pudgy, try holding your breath and putting your hands up over your head and touch your fingers.
I don't think they'd make him sick, Myra. Just burnt and overdone, but not harmful.
Not harmful. Look at the child. Get him some water. We'll make him take 9 swallows. I know he's coming down with something.
Yeah.
Oh, here comes Windy. He might know what to do.
Oh, Windy. Oh, gosh. And there's not a crumb left. Miss Tippett, you wouldn't like to buy an old, used family, would you?
And we hope Pudgy gets over his weenies like a man. And we also hope the Robinsons get to California without a mishap. But will they? Well, I don't know. You'll have to listen and see. And until our next program, goodbye. The American Family Robinson, which is broadcast regularly over this station, is written by Marjorie Bartlett and Douglas Silver and is produced by the National Industrial Council.